Hello, magandang umaga. It's another day for your Philippine market update, your PSEI courtesy of Nikki, also known as Faces Trader. So this morning, June 26, 2020, it's the last Friday of the month of June. We're gonna discuss the Philippine market. Your index 66191, 73 points up. We actually saw the market recover near your 6,000 level. And today's top trades are actually EPBI. This is introduction by listing. I'll explain what the company does. And then today is the first day of listing. A lot of people traded it, 11,000 trades. Some won, some lost. So it was actually up as high as 150 pesos intraday. It closed at 18 pesos 50 centavos. So a lot of money actually lost more in my view rather than make money. You could see that in today's trades, you've got Cebu Pacific jumping 6%. You've got 6,000 trades on Telecom. Let's say Telecom. You have PLDT also strong, 1,250,
Please share
strong
the screen.
PLDT, 1,250, and then your Globe is also jumping to 130. So Telecoms actually had a good move. And then yeah, so let's see what actually was being traded most actively. In your most active space, PLDT,
Nikki,
okay,
please share the screen.
PLDT was one of your top movers,
Nikki, wala
up
kang
5%. And then Globe up 3.5%. JG Summit 2%, PXP 2.9,
Nikki,
TFHI up 5, and then I think it's worth mentioning that MPI 3% up, BDO 98.5, SM 1%, SM Prime 1.28%. Marimar 351, but I think many people got sunog on APVI if they actually traded that.
Nikki,
Either they made money or the sunog, depends how fast they were able to buy and sell. You could see that this stock is hotly traded today. What's APVI? APVI is actually a introduction by listing. Not sure if so let's read the news. Actually today, ang pinaka-importanting news is yung yung kay medyo boring yung news actually kasi ang pinag-uusapan sa Pilipinas is yung Papa P. Wait lang. Sandali lang, guys. Let me see. Teka lang. May problema ba? Please share the screen. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. I forgot. Hindi pala ako nakapag-share ng screen. Okay, guys. Pasensya. Kanina pa pala ako nagsasalita. Walang screen. Sige. Usap muna tayo ng news this Friday. RLC unit list by introduction, June 26, 2020. So, real estate firm Altus Property Ventures, APBI, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Robinson's Land. It listed by way of introduction or without immediate offering of shares. About 100 million common shares of APBI was listed on the Small, Medium, and Emerging Board of the Philippine Stock Exchange, representing 100% of the real estate companies issued and outstanding common shares. Incorporated in 2007, APVI currently owns and operates the North Wing of Robinson's Place Ilocos Mall, located in San Nicolas, Ilocos Norte. In 2019, an APVI applied with the PSE to list its common shares by way of introduction through a property dividend declared by Robinson's Land to all of its stockholders as of the record of August 15, 2019. What this means is that it's libre, it's free if you are a Robinson's Land shareholder on the record as of August 15, 2019. We are delighted to have this new avenue of growth. EPVI's listing allows us to pursue business opportunities, unlocking possibilities for future ventures, said EPVI President Frederick Go. APVI's staple recurring cash flows are seen to provide a solid base and a steady source of fund for potential business expansion and other investments. Company has embraced renewable energy, installing solar panels on the rooftop of Robinson's Place, Ilocos. Solar panels rationalize the company's operating expenses, contributing to a healthy bottom line. APVI expects to benefit from synergies from its affiliates, drawing upon the expertise and experience of Robinson's Land and JGS Group. So essentially, it's kind of like, I guess, a foray, more like parang almost like a REIT kasi property naman siya. And then 1 billion pesos. The fact that it shot up as high as 1,000% within the day is actually more like speculative rather than treated on fundamentals. So as you could see, nagkagulo yung stocks. You could see this was happening first 15 minutes. It started at 40, went as high as 220, wow, even reached as high as 240, only to fall all the way down to 18.5. So maraming nasunog dyan if they try to even touch it. I'm really actually it's a speculative name, so I really don't touch it. So I don't make money, I don't lose money too. So kung natalo edi yun, take your hard-earned loss or something, right? Anyway, so you could see in the Philippines today, medyo the index was not really moving much. I think it was 11 p.m. parang 2 billion pesos lang. So wala talaga nagte-trade today. Market value 5 billion pesos in the last few days. I've been seeing our market value go anywhere from about 6 billion, mababa eh. And now its market value is 5 billion. You've got advancers 99, decliners 91. The positive move of US is actually not translating to the Philippines. Kasi in US, the financials actually had a boost. In the Philippines, actually, the Philippines had a bank rate cut. So you would assume that the banks would actually rally, whether delayed yun or next week pa. But so far, we are seeing foreign net selling continue, 860 million. But your telecoms actually started to move up. So a lot of the people were actually asking, kamusta naman yung mga PLDT? And we were seeing actually that yesterday when PLDT was falling, yung mga Globe, mga telephone, we saw that it was really more of a chance to buy kasi my argument was really that these companies have in my view, would have a stability premium. When I say stability premium, the opinion that I do is it just doesn't move. Kumbaga parang the people who are buying these names, di sila speculative. They're not there for the quick gain. They're just there for the dividends next month. Actually, this company will report dividends next few months, starting August, September, and habitual naman yon. And given that, if you notice, PLDT is kahit bulok yung service, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if bulok yung service sa inyo, pero assuming unstable yung connection nyo, wala naman choice. Kasi yun nga, tatlo lang yung telecoms mo, di ba? PLDT, Globe, and then the new upcomer is Dito Telecom. So the fact that people are willing to try the third telco tells you that a lot of people wants a new telecom to actually become their new broadband connectivity, no? So Dito Telecom, in fact, is one of the strongest moves in your PSEI, going from about 1 peso to as high as 4 pesos. Now, I'm not sure if the difference kasi is that this is just kumbaga, it's just a starting company versus Globe and PLDT who has cash flows, who has capex, and hindi biro kasi ang third telco. So when you're in the telecom business, you don't generally have cash flows in the beginning. So magkakaroon ka ng maraming losses if you're trading dito for the cash flows. So for cash flows purposes, you still would prefer Globe and PLDT for your telecom for predictability. And so far, as you could see, any drops, example, whenever Globe drops big, especially near the 2,000 level, we are seeing a strong rebound. So, di nga nag-touch ng 2,000 eh. Hanggang 2,1 lang, 2,080, tapos balik up, di ba? So, the recent drop was 2,060, balik up kagad. But Globe had a difficulty talaga in the 2-3 level. Similarly, a lot of people were asking, well, what do you think about this Puregold? Is it still safe? My reason really is fundamental, no? So in technicals, anything can happen in the short term. Technicals, I'm gonna tell you that you've got these resistances. 48 has been a 7-year resistance. Since 2013, never natibag yan. Ayaw niya talagang makalaya sa 48 level. However, what can I tell you? I can also tell you that even if 48 is your resistance, you could see a lot of support in the last 5 years here at the 41 level. So assuming, let's be a devil's advocate, that your gold has broken down this 46 area and will go down, how low can it go? It can actually go as low as 41, and even if you are very bearish, around 38. Now, if you look at the company's fundamentals, I don't think that the company would stay at the 48 to 31 level anytime soon. Assuming it does fall here at these levels, I would assume that this previous yung flows here would be your support. Hindi yan babalik dito sa 38 to 26 area. So parang may Mickey Mouse tayo, no? Dot, dot, dot. So 41, 26, that's actually how much? That's a 15 peso move. Now, if your assumption is this is actually a reversal move, even if let's say bumagsak pa yan dito, I still believe babalik yan ng 48 to 50. So two things can happen. Either you want to, two plans yan. Either you want to cut at 45, assuming na bababa yan ng 41 kasi nag-breakdown, or any rally you sell. If it goes down, you can actually buy, assuming mag-bounce dyan. There's no difference in the business of Puregold. In fact, if you look at the earnings, they actually grew their earnings from about 16 to 18% growth. So very stable. And the company in the last 7 years has actually doubled their store count. And so sales actually naturally doubled. So from a PE perspective, this is just trading at less than 15 times. So for a company in the supermarket with predictable cash flows, a 15 times multiple is actually to be envied about. So I would say that that is actually a very strong, any drops here, I wouldn't change my mind that it is still a stock attractive. And the target, I still believe, should still hit about 60 pesos. So whether it tries to break 48 within the next 6 months, we have to see. But I don't think that Puregold is a company that people, whether local or foreign, will forget about. So supermarket, it's not doing so well from a chart basis, but fundamentals are actually intact. Now, are there companies that are looking good in your Philippine index? Let's see, TEL, AEV, MPI, Globe, Robinson's Land, URC, JG Summit. Actually, so your JGS Summit is actually having a lot of benefits, no? Kasi for US yan. We'll discuss that in our US. Teka. In the Philippines kasi, your airline is owned by JG Summit, Cebu Pacific. Today, Cebu Pacific actually made a first day rally. Now, hindi natin masabi kung talagang yan na ba yung support. Of course, it can retest that 39 area. But so far, we are seeing na these previous lows, the 36 area, the 35, then the 31 here, in my view, will not be tested. Or even if it will be tested, we'll get a lot of bargain hunters. So the market is having a bullish moment in the fact that right now, Cebu Pacific has 76 airlines. Granted, those 76 airlines are not flying as much. Therefore, Cebu had to cut their workforce. I think the news was saying that they were having to cut about 20% of their workforce, or about 20 to 30%, or about 1,200 employees. So of course, they're asking the government to help them out. But assuming the government doesn't help them out, the other potential rescue for SEB would be banks. I don't know if banks or some billionaire would have a special purpose vehicle to help the airline sector. Take note that Cebu Pacific traditionally would have 20 million passengers per year. And so far, Cebu Pacific is also a low-cost carrier that is being used with a huge monopoly in the OFW market, overseas Filipino workers. Now, you know that the Philippines relies a lot in overseas Filipino workers, such that the $6 billion remittances that will be lost this year due to the loss of 600,000 employee jobs is actually something that you should be worried about. The government has to at least do something, because Cebu Pacific helps a lot of industries, your OFWs, your tourism. The tourism industry in Boracay alone, when I read the news, I think they were saying that 100, tama ba yung basa ko? Parang 100 billion pesos yung industry ng tourism in Boracay, in Aklan. So there's a lot of industries that basically relies on Cebu Pacific. Cebu Pacific is a basic right of everyone to fly, diba? That's their motto, eh. Everyone has to fly. So in my view, I'm not promoting Cebu Pacific to be bought naman, but you could see the risk reward. The risk reward ratio is telling you that Cebu Pacific is of course a stock that you can get more reward if you're bullish than bearish. Anyway, lahat naman tayo, alam natin globally, all the airlines have a problem with the demand. So you have to root for humanity in that the companies would find a rescue either in financial liquidity to survive the next 6 months or 12 months wherein they really have a shortfall in cash flow operations. Lumilipad ka, wala namang passenger, diba? So talagang may problema in terms of the short term. But when you ask the long term, syempre, there's no problem. Now, short term, we can see that there's support here at about 35 and 31 should it fall. Now, your resistance right now is 53. However, let's say within the next 12 months, we can get over the COVID pandemic because there's a lot of vaccines already available in US which will be distributed worldwide. So not just in US, also in UK, you'll see it in mga COVID vaccines. Kaya lakas ng production ng mga COVID vaccines. So the way I see this, kahit na malabo yung mga resistance ngayon, ito yung resistance mo eh. You've got a lot of sellers here at about 70 pesos. And then, of course, the prior stability area of 80. So, buying at 40, will you double your money if you buy at 40? Can you sell it at 70 or 80? 2 to 3 catalysts will be in favor for you. Number one, you need the government to actually step in to actually help these airlines, such as what's happening in US. There's actually bailouts of airlines. Notwithstanding, hindi mayaman ang Pilipinas, if hindi kaya ng gobyerno maggawa ng equity share program for SEB, another potential is Cebu Pacific could actually borrow money through JG Summit. JG Summit might be able to borrow some money abroad. So far, we are seeing that Jollibee was able to borrow at 3.5% yield. And I think Ayala Corp wants to tap the same. JGS and RLC wants to tap the bond market or the equity. We don't know if it's going to be the global bond market, but I think that those are avenues to help our airlines. I'm kind of speculating here that there will be some big companies that will actually try to help out, either make a loan or convertible bonds. Uso ngayon convertible securities in USA. Some companies like software companies got like 1.25% convertible. PagerDuty got that, and then Starbucks got about $20 billion. Even restaurants in US, Shake Shack got $150 million. Sa Philippines naman, ICT also got money. ICT got $400 million. So when you have cash balance sheet like that, at very low rates, ICT I think got it at about 4.5%. So very cheap eh. So with cheap money abounding, it could actually benefit these companies to buy the disaster victims of the Philippines. Of course, tourism industry is one of the most disaster-stricken industry, and it's imperative for the government to actually help our tourism industry and not let it go. So I think there's also news about the government trying to do a stimulus bill. I'm not sure how big it could impact the Filipinos, but Philippines really needs a lot of stimulus bill and a lot of help to the micro small businesses. News-wise, so nag-rate cut na yung mga bangko. So I think that should be helpful for your financials. We are seeing that your BDO here, BDO of course has decried the Wirecard fraud. Wala naman silang loss doon. So you could see that so far, as long as this is still here at about 97, 96, the worst case is we actually fall here at about 87, but the reward is actually big. You got this resistance at 115, but also another potential move here at 130. So not a lot of people still believe in the banks. This actually gives you an entry point na habang marami pang bearish sa banks, you can actually try to buy. We actually saw that even in US, I'll show you Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs actually had the bullish move yesterday. Financials were actually being bought in USA. When you look at the re-rating on the banks abroad, it's likely that the banks in the Philippines will also get re-rated na hindi sila forever mamamatay. Because in this case, in US, financials were being held by the Paul Volcker rule. Even in the Philippines, your bancos, your BDOs will not be dead. You can see actually that there could be a lot of bargain hunting the lower it goes. BDO is doing like that chart. BPI is still going down, correcting maybe at 65. We are seeing that the Philippine market is trying to find a support, trying to find a base. And it will only find a base, honestly, when your PSEI, in my view, stays above this 6,000 level. So the stronger we are in staying above 5.7 and stronger we are above 5.9, it will actually be more bullish rather than bearish. So as long as your index stays above this 5.7, 5.9, stay bullish. Drops should actually be seen more as a support buy rather than, dire-diretso na tayo going down to 4,000. So I don't think that we will actually fall all the way down. These corrective moves, let's say Ayala Corp gives you an entry in 700, you want to take that advantage. SM, if it goes down near 850, then you want to take advantage of that. The fact that there's very little value traded in the Philippines tells you that we don't have a lot of news coming in. So other than the BSP rate cut, the rates right now is 2.25%. The Philippines has very little to be trading, or there's not much news. So I just want to invite you in our global market update. And today is Friday. It's a free class. Let me share to you that we're gonna teach you how to double your money in the US stock market, where you have all-time highs, leaders. Because we're gonna discuss about mga e-commerce, mobile payments. Nagkakagulo lahat ng mundo, wala ng job. So take a look. There are companies like this one, Upwork. Upwork helps people in the freelance economy. Syempre, nawalan ka ng job. Saan ka maghahanap ng job mo? Job Street. Upwork is one of them. Fiverr has been going all-time highs. Dito, mga gig areas. Nawalan ka ng trabaho, hanap ka ng gig, di ba? Hanap ka ng job na magbigay sa'yo ng $100, $500. This one went all-time highs. Fiverr went from about 28, actually below 28 pa yan, $24 to $74. We've made some money on Spotify because everyone's at home. And, there are a lot of winners in a coronavirus pandemic world. Unfortunately, a lot of these winners are really trading globally. So it's either you trade globally to get a lot of these winners, or you stay in the Philippines, wherein there's lack of technology in the Philippines. So hirap tayo. We need to actually find a lot of good companies in Pinas. Pero syempre, if you want to double your money, you might want to listen to our 5:30 class. Anyway, it's free. 5:30 p.m. Go to our YouTube channel. I'll stream it for you, streaming live. We're gonna discuss how to double your money in the global stock market. At least you have a lot of options. Trade globally. And then ayun lang. So subscribe, and then for those who actually listen to our Friday call, we discussed Razer. I wanted to share to you na yung may-ari ng mga keyboard, mouse, mga laptop, yung Razer, yung nagtutulong sa esports ng Pilipinas. If you're aware, we discussed Razer. Last week, we were buying this 138, 10% up na for the week, 153. It went as high as 155. But take a look. Try to watch our shows. Some of our shows, simple lang, like C Limited, yung may-ari ng Shopee. Lalo na ikaw sa Pilipinas, alam na alam mo yan, ingay-ingay ni Jose Marichan, Shopee, si Ann Curtis, Shopee, Manny Pacquiao, Shopee, araw-araw na lang, Shopee. Or nagdodota yung mga kamag-anak mo. O C Limited went from about 35 to 115, di ba? We featured this company at 60 na pwede pa rin siya bilhin. So, I mean, I'm just showing to you that there's a lot of opportunities worldwide. Just open your eyes, and I wanted you to watch our YouTube channel so that you could learn more. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.